Hey friends, I'm Natalie Carey, a certified personal trainer. Today I'm going to be doing a 10-minute, 100% seated mobility session that's designed to alleviate your neck and back pain. So let's start with neck rolls. I want you to imagine there's a string on top of your head, lifting your head up off your shoulders, and then keeping that elongated feeling. Start to bring your head around in a circle. And you're making the biggest circle that you can with your head without going into any direction that feels pinchy on your neck or painful. Let's switch directions, other way. And remember to breathe here. One more in this direction. And stop. Keeping one foot on the floor, I want you to bring the other ankle up onto your knee. We're making a figure four here. Gently press down on that crossover knee with your hand. And then again, lifting up with that string from the top of your head, we hinge forward and then back up to straight. Hinge forward and back up to straight. If you feel like you can go really far down, it's probably because you're rounding your shoulders. So keep your chest out. Keep your shoulders gently pulled back, and you should be feeling this in the crossed over hip. And we're doing this mobility drill, which feels like a hip exercise, but I often find that people who have lower back pain benefit from stretching out their hips. Let's switch to the other side. So cross over that other ankle, gently press on the knee, and then we hinge forward and back up. This is a great variation of a figure four or a pigeon stretch. So if you're someone who doesn't like to do pigeon stretch on the floor, this is an option for you to modify with. And you can do this in any chair that you have available in your home. One more, and then we're gonna place both feet on the floor. There you go. Reach one hand across to the opposite knee. Other arm reaches behind you. Grab whatever chair you're seated on, and I want you to pull and twist your chest and your spine open over to the side. So I'm using this front hand on my opposite knee. I'm using it for leverage to twist me open. And then I'm also using this back hand to pull my chest open a little bit further. This should feel like you are wringing out your spine as if it's a towel that's full of water. Let's do one more breath here. Inhale, exhale, and release. Repeat that on the other side. We reach across to the opposite knee. Other arm reaches back behind us. And we pull ourselves into a twist. See if you can use that back hand to pull yourself a little bit further into that twist. Just a little bit. It should not feel painful. This should feel good. One more breath. And release. Remember your Beyonce, all the single ladies dance. We're gonna do that with our shoulder right now. We internally rotate the shoulder and then externally rotate it. So I'm twisting from my shoulder joint, but the palm of the hand really tells us which direction it is. So once you've got that internal, external rotation, on the internal rotation, I want you to reach your head to the opposite direction and then back to neutral as you twist open. Opposite direction, back to neutral as you twist open. Let's do a few more of these on this side. And you're thinking about a couple of things here, reaching that head over, but don't forget about that shoulder. You really want to internally rotate it as much as you can. And release. Let's repeat that on the other side. So first, internally, externally rotate that shoulder. And then once you've got that down, let's reach the head over towards the shoulder. And I'm feeling a big stretch up into my neck as I do this. And that shoulder rotation gives me a stretch all the way down my bicep and my forearm. You could also just do this with the arms. If you want, that's an option too. One more. And release. So sitting still on our chair, I want you to reach one leg out in front of you. So I'm just turning so you can see this. I've got one leg straight, the other leg hangs out on the ground. We sit up tall, we're going to hinge our chest forward towards that toe, and then back up, forward towards that toe, and back up. And you should be feeling this all along the back of your leg, along your hamstring, maybe some in your calf as well. And if you're able to get really far down, make sure that your back is flat, chest is out. You shouldn't be able to go that far forward on this. Let's do one more here. And release. Other leg comes out in front of us. Sit up tall, we reach forward and back. And again, just like that seated pigeon stretch, this seated hamstring stretch is really helpful because I find, again, with lower back pain, sometimes releasing your hamstring can be very helpful. Because if you think about it, if you're sitting all day, the back of your leg can get tight because it's in that bent position. Let's do 2 more here, and then we're gonna place both feet on the floor. Give me 1 more. That's it. All right, reach your arms out towards your side. Let's make some fists. You're gonna imagine that you are a rolling pin. We're gonna roll out some dough right now. Roll your shoulders forward, let the chest concave, let the head drop towards the chest, and then we roll back the other direction. Shoulders are externally rotating, our head's dropping towards our back, chest is opening, and then roll it back forward. So you should feel like the top half of your back is getting a lot of motion in your vertebrae right now. As you roll forward, trying to roll each of those vertebrae forward. And then as you roll back, they're extending, they're reaching back behind you. Let's do 1 more in each direction. Last one. And drop those hands. Place one hand next to you on your chair, reach the other arm up and over into a side bend. And you should be feeling this all along this side, along your obliques. You should feel some space being created between your rib cage. And if you wanted an added stretch, you can gently rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. And I'm trying to send that arm further and further away from me, reaching over my head. Release, let's go on to the other side. Place that hand next to you, reach the other arm up and over. Remember that added chest stretch will give you a little bit of a bonus here. And you should be feeling all of the tissues between your rib cage start to elongate and loosen. One more breath here. And release. On your chair or your bench, I'm gonna have you swivel to the side. This back leg, we plant the ball of the foot on the floor, both knees are bent, and then I'm gonna do a tail tuck, like think a dog tucking its tail under. And I wanna tuck under until I start to feel a stretch in the front of this leg and in my hip flexors. So you can definitely do this stretch standing, but I wanted to keep you seated today to make sure that this workout is accessible to more people in more places. So you should be feeling the stretch on this back leg in the front, on the hip flexor. And release. We go to the other direction. So swivel your hips over, plant the ball of your foot on the floor, tuck your tail as much as you need to feel that stretch in the front of your hip here. And I'm right on the edge of my seat. It's a little bit harder if you're seated back. You might not get this one. So you gotta come to the edge of the seat. And this is another one where the hips connect to your back. Everything that's going on in the hips is gonna have an impact on your back. So stretching out those hip flexors may alleviate some tension. And release. Thank you so much for joining this seated mobility workout. If it was helpful to you, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel, share it with somebody who might benefit from this. I'm Natalie Carey. Thanks for being excellent to yourself today.